Hey guys, welcome back to Boardwatch. I'm Brian.
Lisa!
And Justin.
And we did just watch season 5 and episode 5, and we had a discussion on it. But Justin did say that he thought like in between tapings, he said he came up with an idea of where maybe Charlotte and Elizabeth were going.
Yes. If they're the ones saving everything, there's only one logical place for them to go. They're going to go find Hannah before she's born, and everything is going back to Hannah. She's the one.
Hannah is the
They're
problem.
going to kill Hannah.
Yep.
And wait till we find out that Becca is really Lisa.
That would be strange. Right, Becca?
Change your name.
Becca's really
You
Lisa.
didn't-
Plot twist. Plot twist, watchers. Bet you didn't see that coming.
All right. So outside of that, though, outside of the crazy, Hannah is the responsible for
No, I got nothing.
All right. Little skates. Okay. This is where Marta B doesn't save him. So this must be Stranger Jonas. Okay.
Lieber Jonas, du hast versprochen, es alles wieder gut zu machen. Ich will, dass du weißt, dass du das wirst. Du darfst niemals die Hoffnung verlieren, dass es einen Weg aus diesem Labyrinth gibt. Einen Weg, mich zu retten. Und dich. Warum macht Adam das? Warum sperrt ihr mich ein?
Okay, so that kind of confirmed what we were talking about. Ish, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, then it's not him.
It'll be interesting to see what causes the apocalypse in the other world, because we haven't seen Detective Clausen.
Mm-hmm.
And the wasteland thing, because it was like, man, that thing was down to nothing. It was just
It was way worse
desert.
than Universe A.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Licht und Schatten.
Licht. You gotta have that.
Licht. Licht.
Und Schatten.
Das hat recht. Das, was Mike gesagt hat, das ist der Weltuntergang. Das Kernkraftwerk. Heute. Bartosz Vater versucht, einen Störfall zu vertuschen. Die Fässer, ich weiß, das klingt total verrückt, aber die Welt geht heute unter.
Tickst du nicht mehr ganz richtig? Wann hast du das letzte Mal geschlafen?
Eine Welt außerhalb von deiner und meiner Welt. Aber ich habe endlich begriffen, was das Paradies wirklich ist. Unendliche Dunkelheit, in der nichts existiert. Aber dafür muss die Apokalypse passieren. In meiner Welt und in deiner.
Manchmal treffen wir im Leben Entscheidungen, die wir nicht wieder rückgängig machen können. Deine Mutter ist das Beste, was mir in meinem Leben passiert ist. Sie hat mich aus all dem gerettet.
People are a lot more honest in this universe.
Yeah.
Es tut mir leid.
Sure. Maybe they deserve to live.
Maybe that's why the apocalypse happens quicker. Because it's like not people unwinding everything. It's just like, hey, all this out in the open and bam.
Das ist der Pfennig, den ich im Bunker gefunden habe. Und das ist der Pfennig, den Helge bei sich hatte. Ich habe erst gedacht, es muss ein Versehen sein, dass die Bilder falsch markiert wurden. Aber das hier, diese kleine Rille, die ist exakt identisch. Ich weiß nicht wie, aber das ist ein und derselbe Pfennig. Aber den hier, den hat Helge schon seitdem ich ihn kenne. Ich weiß das macht überhaupt keinen Sinn. Aber
Aber
als wäre der Pfennig irgendwie durch die Zeit gereist.
So, the apocalypse that Jonas survives, where he runs down into the basement in this exact same house, I wonder if she's also going to run down into that basement when the apocalypse happens in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. We've not seen that before.
Jonas.
Okay.
Du lebst.
Die Weiche im Knotenpunkt der Zeitschleife. Der Moment, der die Dinge in die eine oder in die andere Richtung laufen lässt. Du holst ihn in unsere Welt. Oder nicht?
So it's like Heisenberg's uncertainty principle.
Schleife wieder auf sich selber trifft. Zwei mögliche Wege. Auf der Außenkante der Linie oder auf der Innenkante der Linie. Und doch ist es dieselbe Linie. Zwei sich überlappende Realitäten. Auf einem der Wege stirbt er. Auf dem anderen nicht. Beides wiederholt sich in der Schleife wieder und wieder.
Er ist kaputt. Vielleicht musste erst alles so passieren, damit es sich ändert beim nächsten Mal. Die Substanz aus dem Apparat. Du und ich, wir haben sie erneut in den Tunnel gebracht. Wir haben die Komponenten der Gleichung verändert. Vielleicht gelingt es beim nächsten Mal.
Ich habe keine Zeit, 33 Jahre zu warten. Soll ich mich wieder belügen, damit alles genauso passiert? Nur damit ich diesmal auf der anderen Seite der Bunkertür stehe?
Und das Zeug, das war die ganze Zeit in den Höhlen. Das hängt alles zusammen. Die Substanz, sie löst es aus. Heute. Wir müssen mit ihm sprechen.
Löst was aus?
Die Apokalypse.
What's that other Greek mythology where they know the future and everyone thinks she's crazy?
Sie hat gesagt, ich muss es tun.
Wer? Was tun?
Ihn in die Zukunft schicken, um die Lücken zu schließen. Ich muss sie stoppen.
Wen stoppen? Wen stoppen? Dich. Du kannst gehen.
This is where he's going to follow him into the caves so that Ulrich goes back in time just like before. Okay.
Wir haben lange auf diesen Moment gewartet. Ihr wisst, was zu tun ist.
Lass einen DNA-Test machen. Ich weiß nicht wie, aber der Junge im Bunker, das ist mein Bruder. Das ist Mats. Ruf mich zurück, wenn das Sache ist.
Ihr seid aus der Zukunft.
Aber nicht aus deiner. Was soll das hier? Sie haben dich belogen. Deine Eltern nicht. Sie wollen die Apokalypse nicht verhindern. Sie sind diejenigen, die dafür verantwortlich sind, dass sie passiert. Aber es gibt einen Weg, das alles zu ändern.
Aber du musst dich für unsere Welt entscheiden. Und ihm vertrauen. Jonas.
Jonas lebt?
In unserer Welt. Und er weiß, wo der Ursprung ist. Aber davor musst du Jonas vor der Apokalypse in seiner Welt retten. Und ihn in deine Welt bringen.
Adam hat jeden seiner Spielsteine auf Position gebracht. Es ist Zeit, dass wir das Gleiche tun. Bartosz, du musst dich retten, um unser Leben zu bewahren. Claudia, du musst ein anderes Ich leiten, unsere Augen in Adams Welt zu sein. Egon, du musst deine Vergangenheit erschaffen,
Oh shit, that's
um
Egon.
den Stammbaum zu erhalten. Noah, du musst die Liebe bringen, damit alles neu entsteht.
Das, was in dir wächst, der Ursprung. Er muss sterben. Aber er
could've
kann
killed
nicht
him
auf
millions of
normalem
times by
Wege
now.
getötet werden.
Okay, there we go.
Er ist aus beiden Welten geboren. Und es braucht die Energie beider Welten, um ihn zu zerstören. Die Apokalypse in meiner Welt und die Apokalypse in deiner Welt.
Oh shit. That must be an oh shit, Martha was right moment.
Yeah.
Damn.
Holy shit.
All right. Okay.
Was ist Realität?
So, it did kind of answer like the whole like inside and outside of a loop thing. How you know
Yeah.
there's
The intersecting point, it could choose to go either way.
there's universe A and universe B, and there's choice A and choice B. Like there's the choice on the outside and the choice on the inside.
Yeah.
So there and the way that it's what's that not called? I mean they were calling it quantum entanglement, and so it's multiverse theory within like separate dimensions as well, because like there's
Right.
universe A where everything happens exactly the same except for one little choice. I'm guessing that's also kind of the same thing that's going on in universe B. There's
Both,
you know,
both
every-
exist. They both exist.
Right, right.
And then they have a moment where they called it an injunction. Like they have a moment where they meet, and then they spring out different paths from the same point, and always both come back to the same starting point or ending point, depending on how you look at it.
It had been a while since we'd seen Infinity Man. So it's interesting that the present day him parted ways with the older and younger him.
It's the first time we've seen them separate.
Because like the way that I was looking at that is that they were both in universe B, just one of them was on the outside of universe B and the other was on the inside of universe B. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Those two exist outside of both of those universes, though. There are three.
Right. I mean, but they were causing the apocalypse in universe B. They weren't causing the apocalypse in universe A, because that was caused by Clausen, Detective Clausen. So they were creating both apocalypses, like in universe there. So there's two different apocalypses in universe A. One where Jonas lives and one where Jonas dies. And then there's two different apocalypses in this world. One where current aged Infinity Man causes it, and one where his other two selves cause it.
Right.
So that's what I was looking at that as, is like
Yeah, that makes sense.
Both
Yes.
like that. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that it
Yeah,
makes
because
sense.
The apocalypse happens in Universe A. No, you're right.
It
In
happens
Universe
in
A,
June.
it happens
In June.
regardless of him dying.
Right.
Regardless, it happens. But there's a version where he dies and a version where he lives. And in Universe B, it happens sooner. And
Because it's caused by Infinity Man.
right. And presumptively, there's a version possibly where, I don't know, Martha doesn't make the choice she makes to go with Magnus and Francesca. So perhaps that's the alternative. So there's one where Martha also doesn't live.
Well, yeah, one more Martha that chooses to save Jonas and one Martha that
Right.
chooses not to save Jonas. So
Yeah.
That's the... So it was showing a lot of the counterparts in Universe B that are part of Let There Be Light or whatever.
Right.
So it finally confirmed older Bartosz, Celia, and Egon Tiedemann is still alive. And Egon Tiedemann is actually a traveler in Universe B, which makes sense why Celia still exists, because he is Celia's dad in Universe A, which means he also must have slept with Hannah, which is why he was with Hannah at the end there, even though it was an older Egon and still the middle-aged Hannah.
I think he went to save her and send her back.
Yeah.
I think that was what his purpose was. Because she said to Egon, she said something along the lines of, make sure your line is intact. So clearly, because she would have died because the apocalypse was coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Had he not have come. So he came there to save her and probably send her back to his older self.
To the 1953. Because it's looking like she's miscarrying with Ulrich's baby right now.
Yeah.
She would remember if she'd slept with Egon before. So she's miscarrying Ulrich's kid right now. She's getting sent back to the 1950s so that she can sleep with 50s Egon and still have Celia.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes more sense. Because this whole time I've just been like, but how is Celia born in Universe B?
Yeah.
Perhaps we're going towards because it's like both of these exist. So perhaps there's both a world where Adam succeeds in destroying the loop, and there's both a world in which Martha B or Eva stops him.
And that's what Claudia sees. Claudia says, I've seen a world without you, and it's terrible. Although she couldn't see it if it was complete annihilation. Okay. But things are actually becoming more clear. Making more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the big questions right now?
I feel like the questions are generally kind of summed up now.
It's just a chess match right now. She said he's got his pieces in place. Now I'm sending you guys out to counteract what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
it seems like we're now in the final moves of the game.
Don't get me wrong. I think there's still something very big that we're probably missing. Maybe?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure there is, but I don't have any other questions because they answered why the stranger doesn't remember. We now know why how the stranger ends up becoming Adam, because that's from Martha B sending that letter that puts him on the path to try and save her. And every decision he made came out from that moment. You could even see it on Adam at the end's face that he still hasn't let Martha go. And that's what Martha B or Eva said. He, even after all this time, he still won't let it go. It seems like she's detached herself from Jonas a lot more than he's detached himself from her.
At this point, instead of saying just A and B, should we say A1, A2, B1, B2?
That's true.
There's A1 Jonas that died.
I love that.
Jonas.
We kind of seamlessly transitioned into this though. We didn't even acknowledge it because we're so just ready for it now. Because way back in season 1, we were like, bro, 2 different time periods, 3 different time periods. I'm like, forget about all that. You got 3 different time periods. You got 5 different versions of every single character.
Right.
2 universes with multiverses inside themselves. Yep.
Yeah.
And to us, this all makes sense. To somebody on the outside, they're like, what the heck is happening? We're like, no.
I got this.
That's Martha B. They're like, wait, no, I thought that was her. No, that's Martha A. But the older one, the middle-aged one is gone.
Yeah. No. Both of them are Martha B, but one of them is Martha B1.
Yeah,
Martha B2.
Martha B. Yeah, Martha B. Martha B. Martha B cubed. Martha B cubed.
In a way,
at one point, we had a scene with 4 Martas in the same place at the same time.
I know, right?
No.
And which of those are B2 and which ones are B1?
Yeah.
Because the one that's in the chair right now might not get the gash on her face. She might have a completely different fate than the other Martas that do have the gash.
That's my guess. That's my guess is that this Marta is not going to have the same fate as the one who got the gash. Because I'm guessing the one with the gash escaped somehow. And I thought Adam was going to not do it and he was going to let her go.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And because it looked like for a second there he was going to do it. So my guess is the Marta with the gash across her eye was let go by Adam.
So instead of Marta choosing whether or not to save Jonas, now it's Jonas choosing whether or not to save Marta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So that's my guess is that both of them exist and both of them don't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
The end is the beginning is the end, which is what they've been repeating throughout.
The
it always
whole
brings
thing.
you to that moment. Both of their choices brings them to that moment. And in one version, Adam lets her go, and in another version, he kills the baby and ends the loop.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get on with that.
Yeah,
I like that.
it does make the most sense.
So, are you a little less scared for the finale now after this episode than after episode 5?
Yeah, less. Yeah, that was they. I think they filled a lot of the gaps.
Yeah.
Because at episode 5, you were still just like,
Yeah. This episode alone.
They had me nervous for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, this is starting not to make any sense, guys.
This episode alone definitely kind of almost felt like a finale. I know it's not, but it had that feeling.
For sure.
It definitely had those vibes.
I had the same feeling too. I was like, okay. That's why I felt like coming out of it, we were like, most of our questions have been resolved.
Yeah. So now it's just a matter of seeing how it all happens and plays out.
Yeah. It feels like now we're ahead.
For once.
For once. Yeah. And going into the last two.
Instead of taking
now we're just
2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We're just I think we're caught up.
I think.
It would be funny if Adam just broke the 4th wall and he's like, now you're caught up. Now this is what I'm doing. Everything was leading you to get you. He was like, it's a long story to explain how you get to here. But now we're here.
Is how I met your mother.
I love it. Alternate titles for the show.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
/ grandmother / auntie.
Right. Yeah. / everything.
/ sister.
/ great.
Yeah.
Great infinity greats.
Infinity greats.
Yes.
Charlotte and Elizabeth are each other's infinity times removed grandmother.
Well, they are their own grandmother.
But it continuously loops.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you trace it, it keeps coming back to the same 2 people. It's an infinite loop.
Okay.
It makes no sense.
No. To go back to Justin, you said that you said something along the lines of how Eve seems to have disconnected from Jonas more so than Adam has from her, which technically, if you think about that makes sense because in Adam's world, he grew up with Martha,
right,
and obviously, just has a deeper connection with her. Whereas in this other world, she literally met him for a week and had a kid with him. Yeah, less than a week and has his kid. So
that's true. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. How she was able to let him go so much easier.
Yeah.
Especially because his whole journey was always about saving her. Hers was about saving her world. Like, yes, saving the world was a part of it for Jonas, but really, the stranger, even like the second he walks to the house, he's looking at the spot where she dies. Like, they never let that go. It was always about her.
She actually gave birth to the son, and she has a connection to her son. Whereas, did Adam ever meet Infinity Man? You know?
No.
I don't. Yeah.
Exactly. So
well, he has no Adam idea. Didn't Adam never? That's not his kid.
Never went.
That's
to that
not actually his kid.
Yeah.
Right.
The Jonas that fathered Infinity Man is dead. So
right. So yeah, that's so she's got a closer. So not only is it saving her world, but it's saving her son.
Yeah.
Whereas Jonas doesn't have
any of that.
The connection to him. He's just like, fuck it. If I can't have her, nobody can have anything. Just scorched earth. Just
yeah.
I mean, they really play into the Adam and Eve metaphors too, because like this season we've kind of found out that Eve is kind of behind literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even Adam's actions are
driven. Like,
right.
She turned him into Adam. Like she did that. Like that was all her.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, he's not actually Adam. Adam just died. If you think about it, like the person who actually gave that conceived Infinity Man is the actual Adam, technically, if you think about it.
He's not actually Adam. That's true.
Yeah. So Adam didn't actually give birth to anybody.
No.
Or not that. You know what I mean? Like he's a guy, but like you know what I mean. He didn't conceive.
Yeah.
He never conceived.
So is Adam really a misnomer, or it's just this guy through the 66 years of?
Well, he is still Adam because he is. It is from him, his blood, and from hers. Biologically speaking, he realized those two. If this happens, then her whole world happens. If it doesn't, I've broken the loop.
Right.
Yeah.
So, who are you rooting for, and how do you think it'll actually end? Are you going for Eva, or are you going for Adam? And do you think the show will actually end the way you want it?
It's tough because I don't know what Adam's world will look like if he wins, because we don't know what's going to happen if he breaks this loop.
Yeah.
Literally,
because technically none of them exist.
Well, Tiedemann's, Doppler's, Nielsen's, and Convalds won't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Well, some Convalds. Enos Convald will still exist.
Yeah.
I think Eva has a point. Like she's trying to save her world. Like she's trying to save her world. So I kind of get where she's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Adam has literally no idea what the repercussions of him doing what he's doing is going to do.
Well, she's not trying to save her world in terms of the apocalypse. She's trying to save both worlds in terms of existence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what if it'll exist. Anything will exist if Adam succeeds. That's my point. With Adam, we don't know what happens if he does this.
Maybe Ulrich and Hannah will get their wish: a world without Vinden.
Yeah.
Eine Welt ohne Vinden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm rooting for Adam in a way because obviously I want Jonas and Martha to somehow have their happy ending. Oh, shush. But at the same time, it's totally unrealistic because it's just
another question. Do you think Adam and Eva, like the old versions of both of them, will eventually actually meet?
Yes.
I hope so.
In my head,
I want them to.
That is the last scene.
Yeah. Okay. I want them to.
In my head, I feel like the last scene is them two meeting because they have never actually met, as far as we know. Right.
I think that'd be really cool.
Wait, Stranger Jonas hasn't run into Ava, right?
No.
He's run into Martha B, but he hasn't run into actual Ava.
I take it back. They have met, but it was when Ava was younger.
Yeah. Right. They haven't met as themselves.
She has a fully fledged Ava has not met.
No.
Fully fledged Adam.
No.
Right. as far as we
full Avatar. We've never seen a full
Yeah.
fledged Avatar.
So do you think, is it Martha B. Eve who dubbed themselves Adam and Eve then? Who?
Yeah, she's the one with the pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, because because it's only because of her part of it that they are Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
That came from her.
Exactly. So how does Adam get his name? Like when does he get his name?
Marta B. young Marta B. probably gives it to him.
Yeah.
Well, he's already been called Adam to himself, so he's already got the name.
Yeah, but she talked to Stranger Jonas back in the 1800s, and she was talking about Adam back then.
Yeah.
But he knows because the seed's already been laid. It's like the watch, it's already there. It already exists, even though he's not Adam yet.
Right.
He already is Adam. He already knows that is who he becomes.
Yeah.
As much as Stranger Jonas tried to resist it.
Yeah.
He knows who he becomes.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day he's just going to finally accept it and realize this is why I made all the decisions I made.
Yeah.
Wherever his path takes him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, 2 episodes left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely that episode cleared a lot of things up, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
They could, like I said, they could still throw some wrenches in there, but
all of a sudden an older Mikael is coming and he's like, there's a lot to tell you.
I'm liking where this is going. So
yeah,
I'm excited for how it's
going
out.
Definitely.
That about it for now?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Until next time. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.